Guys, welcome to RCC Adventures. We are working on an FTO. Is that the one? No. This is where I'm going to spend most of the time trying to find the tools. Is that the one? Be the one. It's the one. But that's a 17, of course it is. No, that's a 19. I thought it was a 17, it's not. La 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 la, there it is. Okay, that goes on there. That goes on there. That seems a bit loose. That's a 17. That will go on there. Yes. See that? I don't think he's supposed to be up here. Right, so we have to change the front suspension on this motor. Because it's the shocks that are gone, isn't it? You said?
Yeah.
Yeah,
shocks went about 6 years ago and hasn't been driven 5 years ago. Hasn't been driven for 4 years, I reckon.
Yeah, about that.
But it's had a lot of work done lately. It's been done so it can go for an MOT safely.
Yeah. You can probably tell we're not in our usual locations. Schwindern. Come on, don't be a pain in the bum. Alright, so that should be the drip link undone. So I can take the oops, ouch, off.
Right, I'm going to see if my lenses are in.
Okay, okay. Back on it. Yeah, so with this one we're trying a different way of filming. Trying out a new tripod, trying out a new microphone, and working on a particular car that you have never seen before. As I said in the previous video, that this may have happened, may have not done because of the way, didn't know how the weather was going to be. Could have been absolutely diabolically bad. Right, so the drop link's out, we'll put the nut back on so we don't lose it. Like so. And then get the brake pipe off, and then down here is all good, and then it's just the top of the strut on the strut tail, which is three, I believe they're 13mm nuts, but we'll see. So let's try and get that. Yeah, and people that don't know, in the Mitsubishi FTO, parts in the UK are extreme. Well, I would say probably in Japan as well, but parts are hard to come by. And this one is an even rarer one because it's a manual and it's a 2-litre Mivec, so it's basically their top of the range car back in the day. 1996 this came from. And it looks futuristic. If you've never ever seen one before, have a quick Google of what they look like. And this one's pretty much bog standard original. Right, that's started to move now, so I should be able to get the pipe out now. That's come out. And there we go, jobs are good. Hopefully that will stay on there. If not, if it drops, it's hopefully in the right area. So just give you a quick, proper look. So yeah, sorry about the sunlight. There's the 2 bolts here, that I had to undo. Drop link there which went into that there, and the brake pipe here that the bracket just fell off of. So there. Now let's move to start undoing the top. So the top of the strut tail, you've got these 3 bolts here, and hopefully when you've got those undone, got the bolts at the bottom out of the way, the whole strut should come out, and then we'll go to spring compressors, compressor springs, and then hopefully be able to undo the top hat nut, swap them over, and then yeah, job's good. Swap on the new shocks, and then put them back on the car. Job's good. Yeah, lovely car this. It's lovely that everything's undoing so far as well, but it's the beginning of the day. We'll see how the rest of the day goes. There we go. Because the 13 won't go on. It might be. Might have done, yeah.
It is from 1996.
And the
They didn't make anything standard on it.
plus sometimes tools they're not quite 100% on there.
Right in front of it. That looks supposed to part out too. My wheels are shiny.
Okay. So she doesn't roll.
Off a flat surface.
Some people have it as a habit.
Oh, my mum's home. Have we got them over here?
All of it's undone. Okay, we are now on the top here. One nut. Two nut. Three nut. And out she comes. One strut. There we go, struts out. Yep, so she's out now. Spring doesn't look too bad because we're keeping the spring. It's the shock itself that's gone, and it's lost all its gas. And yeah, goes in there. It's just a matter of repeating the process on the other side, and then we'll get to taking the spring off by using spring compressors, taking the top hat off, and changing the shocks over to the new ones. Another good video for this type of work that I've done in the past is when I lowered the Golf. So if you want to go watch that, just hit my profile, hit subscribe, make sure you do that. I'll come find you if you don't. And go from that. Also goes the right way. That one in place. Get the other one. Touching. Lovely and loose. Find out what socket I need on there. And we'll gently use an impact on there just to whiz it off. Where's all my tools? Nice trailer. Ow! There it is. Right, so it is a 17. Gotta remember to charge this, so that'll be the interesting question. It's got battery in it. There we go. Now when you put it back on, don't use one of those. Especially a 240 one. Because one of my first videos I snapped the top of the strut. Clean off. Right. Take that off as well. Remove said thing. Take that off. And then that can go in the bin. Right, so remember always that the bottom of the spring goes into a little groove there. Which goes on there like so. Then the same with the top there. Hasn't really got an indent there, but there is kind of one.
Clean a bit, wouldn't it?
Ah, I see. On here, it's got a little flat area, which on the shaft itself is flat as well. So
Only gone one way then.
yeah, only go on one way. So glad the Japanese have brain, not like some of the countries or vehicles that I've worked on. There we go. So that's on there. Then you've got the top hat. Put your nut on. Torque it. Make sure you torque it. Using a torque wrench. Don't just torque at it, because you ain't going to get very far on that. New nut. Now normally in these videos I'd say, because it's so easy to work on, I highly recommend go and get the car, but with this particular car, they're hard to find. Parts are extremely hard to find.
Very expensive.
Extremely expensive. And this particular one, there's pretty much none left of. Not being a 2 litre Mivec Manual. Right, so that is finger tight up. We will not use the impact. We will use my torque wrench, which I'll go get. Can you do a Google search of what torque these have to be at?
I could phone the guy at Viamoto.
Could do that, yeah.
No.
And we'll come back. Right, so the keen-eyed viewer would have noticed we're still trying to find out the torque specs of the top nut, but we're on to a viamoto that we got the, well, my friend got the suspension shocks from, which is pretty much the only people that actually do it. Find out what that is, but I haven't put on the dust cover, so luckily I hadn't done all the job. I put it on there so well, it was going so smoothly. But it wouldn't be an RCC Adventures video with a bit of forgettery. So that off to one side. Same with that. Dust cover. Back on, all the way. Or reasonable amount of the way. I think I'll go there with it.
Oh yeah, no, they're fine at the moment. Thank you. I just had a look.
And we'll put this back in. So yeah, she's on the phone to Viamoto, where you get these parts from. Pop that back on. Put the nut back in. Then once we found out the torque spec, we'll torque it up and put it back on the car. Then it's the same with the other side, which I won't bother filming because, you know, not everybody wants to see it done twice. So you'll probably see when it's being put back on the car, and then we'll move on to the other side, and then you'll see it back on the ground. Coffee! Coffee, 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 coffee. Right, so we found out the torque specs. Lovely guy, Mike from Viamoto. And Viamoto, they do loads of different Japanese cars, well, mainly Mitsubishis as well. And yeah, proves how many of these pop up for parts. For the fact Mike from Viamoto saved my friend's name in his phone, so knew exactly what she was after and exactly what car she had. Right, so 78 for the top mount nut. The little ones that go on the top strut, they're 44, and then the bolts that go through the bottom of the shock into the hub, they are 127. Well, 180, yeah, 108 for the first torque, and then 127. So we'll get the old torque wrench out, which I've had for, I don't know, 12, 13 years now. Still working well. From Clark's, or Clark. And we'll set it up for the first one, which is 78. So we go to 70. Not quite there yet. That's 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Set that, lock it. And that, what I need, yeah, put the extension on there as well. You can find the torque specs for the strut on here, on their website, which is what we got. So we remember exactly what ones we need. Make sure we're going the right way. It's not, it decided not to go the right way. Ah. Thank you all. I took the knee on because my knees are starting to hurt. Getting old, you see. Get to the point where it's ready to ratchet. Can't get it going any further at the moment. What we'll do is we'll put it on the car and then we'll properly torque it up, I think. Be the best bet, I believe. Right. So if I turn the whole strut with that, actually,
Yeah.
turn it like that. So that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But it's not anywhere near. So I think I'll put it on one. So now we're going to try and get the hub lined up. Nope, no, no. There's the hole. Come on. Right, so the top one is in. We'll loosely put the nut on. Drop the nut. Here they are, getting round the lure. Now where did, well, I know it happened, where did that bit of, there it is. So we hold the pipe on, I knew it would drop. As soon as I put it there, I knew it would drop. Right. Bottom one is in. So it's always the first one, always takes the longest to do because you're working out how to do it, unless you've done it before, obviously. Always takes more time. We'll do the second side pretty quick. So drop link in for the anti-roll bar. Put the knot on the right way. Get the nuts ready to go on. Come on, why are you fighting me? There we go. Get it out to my nylock part of the nuts. We'll slide the pipe in. Get a piece of T-bracket. Nails the pipe in. As you put the bracket on the right way round. There we go. Right. So that is bottom half put together, just not done up. Should we start at the bottom? Yeah, I think we should start at the bottom. So we're nearly as tight as we want to go. There we go, so that's the drop being done. Oh, on you go, there we go. Alright, there we go. So that's the bottom one. Rightio. Do the top now. Thought it was a 13, but it's not. Right, so 44 on here. This is why you never use an impact on these kind of bolts, because the torque spec is so low that you will zoom past it on an impact. Same with the nut that's on top of the top hat. That only being 78, an impact will pretty much go flying past that in no time. Right, so that side is all done. Right, now move on to the other side. I won't bother filming that because you know the game now. All set and done, you know what I mean? And we'll come back to you when it's done. Right, okay, so finally we got there. It took a little bit longer than it should have done, but we got there because batteries and everything run out, which is really annoying. Hey ho. So that side, the driver's side is done, this side is now done. And you can see, lovely jubbly. Just got to clean up the brake pipes because they're a little bit rusty. It's just a bit rusty, it hasn't been used really at all. It's a 2 litre Mivec, all the original stickers. So yeah, we're going to finish up and yeah, get this back over to the other house. Not this house, the other house. Can you hold?
Okay, I can hold.
Thank you. And yeah, as the sun's coming through, blinding me. And if you could subscribe, like, share, and do that commenty bit, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.